What's up, guys? Update number 10 here. I don't know, maybe I have good news and bad news. A little bit of bad news here. My presumably female clown, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like she's breathing pretty heavily. She didn't eat yesterday. So I'm gonna test the water out. The only major change that I've made here was I had this hydrocralia nano pump, increased the circulation a lot more, and the media basket back there. That's the only thing, and she's just been kind of looking stressed out under the weather, hanging around under this rock. She's not like laying around or anything, but I've really noticed her breathing has picked up. Her male, I guess that's Bar right there, you know, he's active, he's eating, he's doing everything, but she's just been chilling. They both sleep together still, so I'm not sure what's wrong. If I'm gonna do a water change, 50% water change right here, but I'm gonna test the water first. The salinity, everything else that I can check, like temperature, is all within acceptable ranges. And unfortunately, I'm using the API Reef Master test kit, so if I'm getting any bit of ammonia under, I'd say 0.25 or whatever, it's gonna be hard for me to actually see that. But you can see here the candy cane, it's bouncing back beautifully. I've actually just stopped at the fish room here. That'll be in another video, and they really did me well, made up for this candy cane, but that, like I said, will be in another video. Probably will come out before this one anyways. So gonna do a water test, and I'll let you guys know what everything's reading. Alright, this is what we're looking at here. Like I said, this one's the ammonia. So if there really are any trace elements of ammonia in there, it's gonna be really hard to tell with this API. I'm gonna try and take some water tomorrow to the local fish store and have them test it and see what they get on their nicer test kits. The only thing that I think is out of range here is this is my phosphates. It looks to be about between 0.5 and 1. So the PhosGuard that I'm running in here is way out of date, and so is the carbon. So while I'm doing this water change, I'm gonna switch those two things out as well. But other than that, calcium's I think at 420 or 400. This one's carbonate hardness. That also was a little high at 11. So that might be something that's affecting, I don't think it should be affecting the fish. I think that should be affecting the coral more. And you can see the coral aren't sad at all. They're looking pretty good. The only thing, that clove polyp, he got torn down. Maybe the crabs or the peppermint got to him, but we've got 3 more clove polyps right here that are doing well right in front of the pumps. And GSP today actually isn't looking good like it usually does. Sorry, the glare's not too good here. But the light did just turn on about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. So might just need to give them some time. But yeah, I'm not too positive here. There's a lot of surface water movement up here, so there should be enough oxygen exchange. And maybe I'm just looking at this too hard, but the past day, maybe 2 days, she didn't eat, which is kind of what's worrying me. But hopefully, with this water change and some regular maintenance and switching out the PhosGuard and putting in some new carbon, we'll be able to help her get back to normal. Because usually she does not hang around under this rock. She's usually out and about, swimming around like this guy is, and bossing him around. And haven't been seeing that. Not a good sign here. But let's get this water change done and see where we go from there. I'll give you guys an update for sure. This is the mess I've got to deal with after a water change, but it's totally worth it coming back and looking at this tank after a stressful day. But let's see, where's the clown? She's look at her. Not doing good at all. I'm really not sure. I'm hoping it's not a parasite. If it is, I think I'm gonna set up my QT right now. I don't have one set up, but I've got a tank to do it for, and I think that's really what I've got to do. I haven't seen her this bad. Now she is laying up on the sand, and everything else in here is doing pretty good. This is the spot here for the torch. Beauty. Green with purple tips, I think. And here's the fungia, tongue fungia. Both of these guys haven't opened up yet, so I've just popped them in. Move the Recordia down a little bit. I kind of want him right there so he can pop right in front of the tank. And I took off the suction cups on this frag rack, just glued on some magnets on there, and that's holding it up all right. But I'm not sure what to do here with this girl. Gonna call the LFS right now and see what they tell me to do. Alright, just got off the phone here with the local fish store. And, you know, things aren't looking too good. We can only pray and hope that she comes through, since all the parameters of the water are doing fine. The only thing, he said maybe it could be stressed out due to adding all this new circulation in the water. You know, got the Nano up here and the Cobalt really turned things up in here. But, you know, we've got this one. He's doing really well still. And it's just her. She's not doing too good. So we'll have to keep an eye on her and just hope for the best here. He said it wasn't worth running a quarantine and stressing her out anymore, just to watch and let her run her course in here. What else? I'm drawing a blank here. But yeah, you know, can't really do much differently for but let's hope Tiki makes it through, guys. I'd hate to see her go. But I want to show you, let's look at the tongue. Really cool, under the blues. Let's see if I can make it better. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. And then the torch here. Still closed up, but he's opened up just a little bit here. And, you know, everything's pretty closed up from the water change. Might just have to pull him out and kill him myself. Look at him. He just ate a tentacle off of the... And he's ripping another one off right here. Oh man. Oh man, he's going at it. Yep. So, same day, torch finally came out, even though we saw exactly what this little crap right here did. But, man, what a beauty. Really gotta thank the fish room for making up for everything here. That's a beauty, and look at the plate coral. So all those little green things are his tentacles, and those will, I think they come out just a little more than that, so he may be waiting to adjust a bit here. But man, I love that torch. Green with purple tips on them. I'm not sure how the purple is showing up here. See if I put it down a lot. Oh man, look at that. That's awesome. But she's not looking too good yet. We need to give her a few more days here, see how she does. The other pieces that I picked up at Fantastic here, got this red Zoa in the back. Not sure if it has a name, but it's not really popping up red. No, I can't pick it up on the camera here. But tank's looking nice. I was advised to move the one clove polyp here out of the way of the pumps, because it doesn't need too high of a flow. But let's get some white real quick. Show you guys the tank all together. It's a cluster right now. We'll get it looking nice and neat and clean soon here. Alright guys, so I took out the pump last night, and within a night she's looking better. So I can tell the pump was stressing her out a bit. Our theory, I spoke to a few guys, a couple of local fish stores, and the theory is that the pump stirred up the sand and brought up the nutrients and all of the byproducts of the anaerobic bacteria that's housed in those pockets down there. So like right here you can see that's like a pocket of, it's not really it's a gas, it's not like air that you find like oxygen. It's some maybe like a sulfur that is a byproduct of these bacteria. And so the theory is that the added circulation stirred up the sand and brought about that stuff into the water column. So I took out that pump last night, and you can see she's doing better today. She's still not eating, just a bit concerning. But she's not as lethargic and not breathing as heavily. But it does disturb me that she's not eating so good. And I do think that it's due to the circulation, the added circulation, because she's hanging around these areas in the middle and right over here where not a lot of water flow is getting to because it's blocked by the rocks. And you can see the torch, you know, it's over all the way on the other side of the one pump right here, and it's getting pretty good flow. So is the GSP that's right there as well. Sorry for the glare. But she's a lot more active today. She's swimming around, and I've seen her pick at the guy up here, bar. So it's just gonna be a weighing game time matter right here. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully the next update is just good news. That's my Tiki right there. Just saw her going for some food. Just saw her attack bar. That's a good sign. Looks like she's gonna pull through. Everything that you read about clowns that start acting that way, it doesn't look good, but usually they're gone by that same day. And she's pulling through. Look, everything is trying to eat right now, I guess. We've got the torch who's open, his mouth's open. We've got the tongue whose mouth is open. And when I just stuck the torch back down and some stuff stirred up, Tiki was going all over that stuff. Where'd she go? She's chilling in the back still. Tiki. We'll see if she'll eat. Guys, I am super pleased to give you some great news here right at the end of the video. I'm uploading this probably the same day, so that's nice. It took Tiki about a week to rebound, and I sort of want to go over the best advice. I'm gonna hand the camera off over here. So the takeaway from the story here, and sort of the best advice that I've gotten in this hobby so far, is to not go and chase problems. So I have that other Fluval Evo 5, it's not set up. I could have set that up, done a quarantine tank, started dosing her with all kinds of medication, like a lot of beginners end up doing, and then mourned the loss of her a few days later, ended up wasting money and time, and having to grieve more about her loss. So the best advice that I've been given is do not go out chasing problems. I let her run her course. I removed the pump from over here in the corner because, you know, the nice thing about making these videos is I can go back in time, I can check how her behavior was before, and I can see what sort of changes did I do to induce this change in her behavior. And when looking back, literally the only change that I made was add a pump over here to this corner, and she ended up being really sad from that. Stressed her out a lot. It could have been a number of things. Could have been overflow for her, could have been stirring up some nasty nutrients and stuff from the sand here. And so, you know, take all of that with a grain of salt. You know, every situation is going to be different, of course, but with my situation here, and from everything I saw online, if a clownfish gets into that behavior that she was showing before, everyone's, you know, ended up posting back on the forum within a day that their clownfish has died. And they've always tried something, and changed a lot. You know, the only thing I ended up doing is taking that pump out, and within 2 days of removing the pump, she's back to normal. If I put the pipette up here, look at her. She's going right after him. She's like, hey, that food's mine. I can't tell you that Bar is too happy. You can see he's not swimming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like some of you guys were like, wow, that fish is really active. He's normally not like that. The only reason he was because Tiki was taking a day off from controlling his behavior. So, you know, he's probably asking me and begging me to put the pump back in there, you know, to control her, but I'm really pleased to tell you guys that she's really rebounded here. So let's give her a feeding, you know, that's always a good sign and a good test, is to see if they'll eat, and she's definitely going. Oh yeah, there she goes. She's eating. Real beautiful. Real beautiful. And I did not want to lose her. She's just a beauty. She was the one that I initially wanted to pick out, and then like I told you guys, they said that they were a pair. But wow. So for those of you who are setting up a tank, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Don't go around chasing problems. That's pretty much been my favorite advice that's been given to me in this hobby. Everything's looking nice here. Getting some bone cutters soon so I can frag this up. I hate how it looks. I've had to move it down here from up here because the turbo just kept knocking it over onto the other coral up there and really stressing everything out. So down there it's not really in the way of anything and everything's good. Here, let's go into the blue lights before I leave and start editing this video so I can get it out to you the same day. Today is the 8th, so you'll know. Just look at everything under these blues. This camera does this thing justice. You can see those neon green and the blue tips. I really have the fish room to thank for this. And the tongue fungia right here. Just a beauty. Both of them are. I love these zoas right here. So I'm going to be attaching everything to the rocks this Saturday. I'll live stream that. You can join. It'll probably be an hour and a half, 2 hour long, probably even more than that of a long stream. It'll be right after I get back from Fantastic. They're going to be having their 2-year anniversary sale, and they say it's going to be their best sales of the year, and I'm really excited for that. I'm going to be filming that. That video will be out pretty soon, but yeah, you know, appreciate you guys who stuck it out this far into the video. I know this one's going to be pretty long, taking you through the journey of trying to get Tiki to heal, but it's been really worth it. So thanks to you guys who have joined me and stuck it out this far, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, and happy reefing, guys. See ya.
I was lightning before the thunder.